let's look at our next image of the world. Now, this is also a beautiful, beautiful image. This is a satellite composite photograph developed by Tom Van Sant. It's called the GeoSphere Project. It was produced in 1990. The projection used to assemble this collage is the work of Arthur Robinson, perhaps the most famous cartographer of the 20th century. Tom Van Sant's GeoSphere map, using Arthur Robinson's projection, was assembled from thousands of satellite photographs. The satellite was about 530 miles above the Earth, and these individual satellite pictures have then been squeezed and stretched to fit into a Robinson projection. The way this map was developed was, again, one of these stories of Tom Van Sant came down with an eye disease that threatened him with blindness. And he had to put antibiotics into his eyes every 30 minutes for 10 days. And in order to deal with this, rather than fighting off sleep, he went into a state of deep meditation. And at the end of 10 days, he came out of it with this overpowering sense of needing to produce an image of the world shot from space. And it took him a year to do it, and that's the result. It's a collage.
The first thoughts of the GeoSphere Project began in the middle 80s. I'm also very interested in science. I guess I'm an artist-scientist. And the first evidences of global warming were very clear in the middle 80s, along with deforestation and the reduction of the protein content of the species of the sea. And acid rain was, from industry, was destroying many rivers. In 1990, shortly after completing the Earth from Space, I received a call from Mr. Gore. He was a senator at the time and was interested in, of course, the environmental subjects back then. And he asked to use the Earth image. 15 years later, I was approached by the folks who decided to make a film of Mr. Gore's slideshow presentation. So I worked very hard to give them a high quality image, and lo and behold, it was a tremendous success. Americans like best financial success. It was success financially for the filmmakers. And then it was honored with a Oscar, and Mr. Gore got his Nobel Prize, and here's all this great response to the same presentation that we were both working on in 1986.
On the cover, has this picture been seen before? That particular image has not been seen, to my knowledge, anywhere but on the cover. It's an actual photograph of the Earth put together by a man named Tom Van Sant. He selected from thousands of satellite pictures of the Earth images that gave a cloud-free view of every square inch. And the large flat version of that has been seen, and in fact has been used by National Geographic as the frontispiece of their new atlas of the Earth. And in other places. But he put the images together in a globe, onto a globe. And this one, for example, is the only image I know of that shows a clear view of the North Pole, the Arctic ice cap, in summer. One interesting feature of the picture, Brian, is that the northern and southern hemispheres are both in summer at the same time, because the pictures were taken over a 3-year period, and he selected summer exposures. If you look close, you can't see it with your cameras, but you can actually see down in South America, you can see the fresh water of the Amazon River coming out into the South Atlantic there. It really is an extraordinary picture.